I'm Larry. Give you a little bit of what I'm all about, a little bit of my story, a little bit of my testimony. Start back about 32 years ago when things were looking pretty dismal for me and my family. I had just gotten laid off from what I thought was a pretty secure job. Had just had less than a year in a new house, and things were going good. And all of a sudden, I was without a job, and didn't know what the prospects were of getting a job that would allow us to keep our house. So for at least 2 months, it was really dismal. And I should back up a little bit. Before that, Stephanie and I had talked about maybe Metro Phoenix wasn't a good place to raise children, and we were entertaining the idea of finding work up in the high country of Arizona and raising our kids in a small town. And it was just a passing thought. And we pretty much pushed that aside, didn't think any more about it, and then I got laid off. And no prospects of work even in the Phoenix metro area. So as I wouldn't say luck, as God blessed us and not knowing what God had in mind, a job opportunity came open up here in Kalispell. And it turned out to be a blessing far exceeding our expectations. Stephanie and I had a chance to raise our kids in the Big Fork School, in a small school like we were both raised in back in Minnesota, North Dakota. And it turned out to be a blessing that far exceeded our expectations. And at the time, though, you couldn't have convinced me that things were going to get any better. I thought they had bottomed, they were going to stay in the bottom. But God had a plan for us and brought us to Big Fork, and He has been faithful to us ever since. It was a great place to raise a family, a great place to work, a great place to retire. Sometimes we don't see what God's plan is. And sometimes we're caught up in the snapshot of what we're experiencing. But if given the chance to look over the span of a life lived, you realize that God's had His hand in it the whole time. And I'm forever grateful.